Let's make your building's analog buzzer smart so you can buzz people in from your phone while sitting on your couch so you don't have to get up. So the thing is that we're having in this video, we're gonna use some smart chip here, smart switch actually, to rewire our current intercom. So you can just press a button on your phone and open the front doors of your building. Okay, so as I don't have a intercom here device here, I have a setup that is similar to that one. So we're gonna see a manual here that I found on the internet. So this is a user manual of some old intercom, and this is just for the demonstrating purposes. I have nothing with this, and this is just the thing that we have some things here that we are usually having on our intercoms. So this is the door release button, and this is the most important button here for us, this 4. Okay, and when we hit this button, as you already know, we are providing an electricity to the electric door release here, or actually electric strike, and then it opens the main door of our building. So what we want to do here, we want to get rid of this here, or actually we're gonna bypass this as well. So we'll keep this logic, but we will also add a logic that we can open the same electric door here using our phone. And let's see how to do that. So here on the screen is an electric strike that I have, and it is like AC/DC 12 volts. So this is what the regular ones are most of the time. Sometimes you have 220 volts, but that's rare. Okay, so this is the one in the EU, and I believe in the US or and other parts of the world, maybe you have that one magnetic one, but the logic is almost the same that we're gonna use here, and it will work as expected. Okay, so this is the electric strike. This is a Shelly 1 Mini Gen 3 smart switch that I'm going to use here. So why selecting this switch? This switch has potential free contacts that are these input and output, and whatever we put inside it will go outside. So actually it will just like connect 2 wires like this inside of this chip when we press a button. So that's what is important about this chip. So if you don't have any smart chip that has potential free contacts, you could actually make it from any other smart chip. So instead of having this one or you're having any other, the thing is that you can find on the market a relay that is getting 220 volts, and then at the output providing dry contacts. So I use that one in some of my previous works, so I know about that one. Okay, that's the thing. And yeah, let's connect first of all this, but before we start doing anything, please just turn off your main electricity source that I have here, like this one here. And the thing is that we don't want to be hit by electricity here. So I have 2 main sources of power here. So the one is actually 220 volts that we're going to use for this Shelly chip. And another one here, these 2 wires, is a ground, and it's 12 volts DC that I'm going to use for this electric strike. So first things first, I'm going to connect this strike like we are having, imagine that we are having our intercom inside of this, and we are just using a button from the intercom, and that's this button that is going to do the things for us like we did in the intercom. So the first thing here is I'm going to just connect the strike here, and I'm going to provide it with a neutral here, and in any of these, because these strikes also work with the AC as well, so it doesn't matter which side is here. Okay, and then another part of this, actually the 12 volts, I'm going to bring to this switch here. So this is a momentary switch that automatically goes up each time I press it. So it's almost the same push button that you have on your intercom. Okay, and now I'm just going to connect it here at the top. So this is the source here. I'm just going to add it to this right here, and it is working like this. And then on the other part, I'm going to just provide it with a second wire that is actually going to be connected to this electric strike. So why am I doing this? So this is just regular connection without having this Shelly chip at the moment. So I'm adding this here as when we just connect these two wires. I'm just going to demonstrate it in a second. Just let me unscrew this. Okay. I'll put it like this inside, somewhere here. This is just for demonstrating purposes. Usually I'll make a circle and put it inside, but this is just for the demo to get the logic about this and behind this, actually how this actually works in the background. So I'll just put it like this. And now I'm going to just connect this part here as well. So I'm just going to press like this, and this is it. So we have this, as you can see, blue light here, and it's connected. And then when I press it, it opens. When I push it, leave it, it just goes back, and the door, our electric strike, is not possible to open like this. So this is one part. So open, closed. Okay, and now we have to retrofit this logic here. So what we have to do, we have to somehow keep this button as almost the same thing as on this image. So we want to keep the button that we are already having, but we want to provide the logic to our Shelly to control this device as well. So to do that, first I'm just gonna somehow bypass this this switch. So I'm just gonna use the clamps that I already have on this switch, but if you don't have them, you can use your Vago connectors or just connect them all together like this. So we're gonna see it, and then we're gonna provide this as an input. So we're gonna use or reuse this here. It's hard a bit. Okay, and now the output part. So we are just bypassing this. I'm just gonna provide it like this here and connect it. So I'll just put this back. Okay, connect it. And just let me check if it works. Yeah, it works. Okay, connect it like this. So now we have a bypass here. If I connect it like this, we can hear that the electric strike is actually working. And the same as we are clicking here. Okay, so that's one thing. And the final thing is here to provide electricity to this Shelly device here. So what is important? We need to live in neutral here because this chip has to be powered on all the time. Otherwise, it won't work. So live neutral provides the power to the chip, and input and outputs are something that was going to happen when when we click a button for this chip. And in this video, we don't need a switch here. So we're just bypassing this switch, and we're not controlling this by a switch. Okay. And now I'm just going to provide, as I said, we have to turn off the electricity from power from this and to check there is nothing. And now I'm going to just open these screws, unscrew actually, and I'm going to just add neutral here. And I'll tighten it like this. Okay. This is enough. And also I'm gonna add live here like this. And now finally we have to add our neutral and live here. So not neutral and live, but input and output as we have here. So our input is gonna be this one that is coming from the top, so 12 volts in. And when we tighten this one, we're going to add another one here. So please be aware of these here. They're so tiny, and you have to make this a bit better. So as you can see, it's not 100% good, but this is enough for demonstrating purposes. Otherwise, you would cut this and make it fit without any wires going outside. So we have an input, and in the output, we are providing it 12 volts again. So 12 volts in, 12 volts out. Okay. I will leave this simple enough. Okay, like this. And this is it. Now we have to test our we have to configure this device in our application. So just put it like this so we can see it. Okay, and now in the Shelly application, we're gonna open it. Let me just find it. Okay, inside of the Shelly application, I already added this device, but we have first to open the device. So actually to turn on the device. When we turn it on, it will just get the power and it will be online, as you can see here. So we can go here and click on this device. When we turn on, you hear the sound and we are able to open it. When we turn off, we can turn off. Now the magic trick here. We have to somehow make this turn off automatically. So we don't want to keep it all the time on, otherwise we'll burn the electric strike or do anything else. So to do that, you have to add some logic here. Click settings and click timer. So we have two options of timers here. So the first timer is auto on. When we turn off this device, it will automatically turn it on after some amount of time. And the second one is actually auto off. And that's something that is interesting for us here. Okay, you see. Okay, we have to click turn off and it was set to 0.2 seconds. So actually 2 seconds. And that's what we actually need. We can put it a second or 3, but yeah, I think that's 2 seconds. It's enough, or 3 for it to run. So hit save and just press like this. Now, when we click on this, you can see here, when we click like this, you see it is open and it is now closed. So you see it like this, and we have a timer here and it closes. Again, open, timer goes off and it's closed. So that's it for this trick here regarding the settings of the intercom. And yeah, in the next one, in the next video, actually, I'm planning to add this dumb access control that is not smart, and to do some wiring, and also add this Shelly smart chip here, smart switch, to make it smart using some other logic like this one here. So subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and stay here to watch the second one that is coming really soon regarding this access control. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.